Hello everyone. We're going to continue with our tuning up of the human instrument, which is us. And the way we're going to approach this is through the chakra centers, the energy centers of the body. We're using the kind of conventional, for want of a better word, probably ancient system, the ancient yogic system of the seven chakra system, the seven chakra centers. There's many systems out there, and this seems to be a common one, but it's also a very workable one. That's the reason that we're doing it. And we started with the root chakra, and of course, let's get the pronunciation right. People say chakra centers, but strictly speaking, it's chakra centers. So I'll go back and forth because I just get confused myself. So the root chakra is the first one, and we did that, and it had a sound like an like when we say cup, it's like but more like a and we want to feel it right at the base of our body, pelvic floor area, that kind of getting that kind of vibration going down there. And of course, when we talk about the root chakra, we also talk about the legs and really all the lower part of our body, even though there's minor energy centers there as well in the knees and the ankles. But for the most part, we're keeping it simple, keeping all of that down because that's our grounding. And we talked about that. And then we moved up to the which was our sacral chakra, just below the belly button. We kind of went ooh. So it was like and now we're going into the solar plexus, and this is the third chakra, and this is called the Manipura, and which means lustrous gem. And this is our solar plexus, kind of where we have our identity. It's a power center, it's our will and our confidence. And the vowel we're using here, now we're not using the traditional Sanskrit mantras for these particular centers, but using a different system, which is more Western and I think more accessible, really, and kind of works better for me personally. It's like O, O-H, O. So we had U, which was O-O, and which was kind of like U-H, I guess. So it's like U, O. So as you try and feel it vibrating this center here, and that's what's important. That's why we're choosing these particular vowels, or these particular vowels were chosen. They tend to vibrate these centers in the area. So later on we'll come to a higher sound like an I or an E. So if I go E-I, it kind of goes up here more. E tends to be up here. But down here we got the U, O. So we're going up a little bit in pitch, obviously. So we want to vibrate those centers. And even with what we have so far, you could kind of have fun. And we can feel those lower parts of our body kind of grounding a little bit. We've got our sacral chakra there, just enjoying ourselves and perhaps having good relationships. And now this center here, this Manipura, this solar plexus, this kind of sometimes called the stomach chakra, then this one as well is kind of giving us back our power and our confidence. So if you've been lacking confidence, then just start practicing that and start tuning up the body. And here, if you can see, we're dealing with this whole area of this lower torso of ours, and it can really help tone up the body and tone up the digestive system. So it's very, very useful. Bringing sound through the body is a lot of what the harmonic self is about. So tuning us up so that we can become this human instrument is very, very interesting. So when we look at the stomach chakra or the Manipura, third chakra, we are looking essentially at our confidence. So when it's in balance, we just have this natural confidence about us. We're in our personal power. So obviously when we get a bit out of balance, we're kind of taking that a little bit too far. When we're a bit overactive, we get controlling. We get easy to anger. We get very upset very quickly. And we become a micromanager, a control freak. We're just really overdoing that power. And of course, when we're undercharged in that area, we give our power away. We don't have the confidence. We just give our power over to somebody else, and we just don't seem to get too much motivation. We're just a little bit dejected. We don't seem to have that get up and go energy or that confidence to go forward. So if you're feeling a little bit that way, a little bit victimish, then this is something to tone up. And if you're a little bit on the control freak side, something to tone down and come into balance with it so that basically you're centered. Now, of course, all of these are centers. So you could really say you could be centered in any one of those, particularly the lower belly. We talked about the hara, but I think also here you could be very much centered in yourself and in your confidence and who you are. It's centered a lot to do with our personal identity. So we're going to go ahead with this, but of course, really the big deal here is the energy field. I mean, enough of me just talking away. By the way, color for this is yellow. For the root chakra, the first chakra, it was red, and then we had orange. For the sacral chakra, yellow. And each one of them has an element associated with them. Earth for the root chakra, that makes a lot of sense. Water for the sacral chakra. And for the stomach chakra here, we have fire, believe it or not. So that's fire. The reason I say believe it or not, because a lot of times the heart is associated with fire, particularly in the Chinese medicine system, Chinese traditional medicine. So that's why it kind of like, it's just like saying what note goes to which chakra. It goes, well, whatever it goes, but we're doing as best we can to zero in. So the energy field that we create is really critical to this. That's really the big deal here. And so that's number one. But the second number one, there's two number ones, is your own intention. So please get your intention straight and clear here, what you would like. I mean, where are you in terms of your confidence and how you would like that balanced? So that's critical. So we ask for first of all, let me just tell you this before we go. The Shruti box is one instrument I'll be playing, and Himalayan singing bowl, another one. I may actually play them together at some point. I'll start off with one, play them together and end. Then when you feel relatively balanced, you can change that oh into the hue, and then just bring the hue up all through your centers from your root chakra, hue, and then allow yourself to take off. So we ask for the highest and purest light from the highest and purest source to surround and fill each one of us in the space we're in for the highest good. We send light to whoever is in need of it at this time for their highest good, and of course we place ourselves into that light. We connect with our heart, our loving, and we ask for that loving to be present. Letting that go through all of this, our whole body, our cells, and just this toning also energizes our cells. So we want our oh to have a loving vibration with it, so that the cells in every part of us we love ourselves. And then of course we ask for the consciousness of the mystical traveler to come forward from within each of our hearts to dissolve any negativity or worries, concerns, dis-ease, any karma or negativity for the highest good. And to take us on our inner journey should we decide to go that way. And then finally, first, last, in the middle, John Roger, my spiritual teacher, I ask for his energy and presence to infuse everything we're doing here for our highest good. So with all that in mind, just relax, have your intention, and see what you can manifest for yourself today.